Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel God Will Do It For You. My name is Steven, and I hope everyone's having a great day so far. And what we're going to be talking about today is moving forward in faith. Now, first, I always like to just go to the biblical aspect in the definition of faith. And so we're going to go to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, and it says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen." So in other words, you're believing it before you see it. You're believing it before you see it. You're believing that it's possible before you see it come into fruition. And so when we're going about our day or going about our weeks or whatever the case may be, whatever time span you want to use, and we're moving forward in faith, we're not getting any roadblocks. You feel like, hey, this is the direction that God is pointing you towards, whatever your endeavor is, or even just your particular life direction. This is where moving forward, the faith without works is dead. This is where applying action to your faith. And the only way to do that is to produce some forward movement. That means that you're going to have to do something. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Joshua, and I'm going to read chapter 1, verse 9. And it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed, for your Lord, your God, is with you wherever you go." Now, what does this mean to us? Well, this is going to encourage taking action and trusting that God's presence is there, which represents the idea to move forward. God isn't going to allow us to go about our will or what we feel that our purpose is. And if it's truly God's will for your life, He's not going to allow you to go forward and know that you're going to fail. We represent God outwardly and to the public, so God knows that His reputation is on the line. And so do you really believe that if you're doing what God has for you to do, you're exercising whatever talents that you have and you've been working on, and now it's starting to become to the point where, okay, now it's time to see if this is going to be something? Whatever the case may be, if God allows forward movement with that, He's put it into your spirit that this is your will, it is the will for your life, He will make sure that even though you may be in uncharted territory, meaning like you're moving forward into the unknown, and you're like, I don't know what's going to come from this because that's how I feel. This is uncharted territory. Entrepreneurship is not something that is my wheelhouse, meaning like I didn't know anything about it. I had to learn, and I'm just going through it, understanding the value of money, time, and work ethic, because with this, time is money. You really don't want to waste any time, whereas at an hourly job, you get paid for the time that goes past for the hour. And so for this, if you don't earn any money in an hour, you just don't earn any money, and you're just like, but that's part of it, and just understanding that aspect of it, because to be an entrepreneur means that you're creating some type of business that is going to provide the ability for you to work and also make money while you could possibly not be there doing the job. So that means it has whoever created McDonald's was an entrepreneur, and now that owner has the franchise, and they're able to make money off of the brand that they've created. Now, to be self-employed means that you're just working for yourself, and you don't want to work for anybody, but you're not really moving towards the business side. You're just like, hey, you know what? I want to try different things. I want to just, work for myself, be in control of my revenue, be in control of my output, and things of that nature. If that's what you want to do, again, that's fine. The main thing, though, is moving forward in confidence, knowing that even though it is uncertain, knowing that even though you do not have a blueprint or a roadmap that is just crystal clear, like, hey, in 2 years I'm gonna acquire this. Now you don't. It's not like the college route, and even the college route isn't all 100% depending on what's going on while you're going through your classes. We have to make sure we move forward. Now more than ever, we are in a particular time period where things are going to start changing within the next 5 to 10 years for sure. For sure. With AI really doing amazing things already. And I think AI has grown significantly compared to how we've grown as a society in such a short period of time. In the 1990s, AI wasn't even a thing that we had access to. Now here we are 34 years later, and AI is already making significant strides. Think we've had cars in existence until the 19 teens era, and cars are just now starting to do certain things now. I think that's almost about 100 years later. And so AI is taking off, and now they're trying to bring about the AI bots and things of that nature that will affect jobs. It will. I don't care who. If you're turning a blind eye to it, you're going to turn a blind eye to it until it's too late, and it's going to be really hard to catch up. We're in a competitive society. Resources are what they are, and right now is the time to show off. Right now is the time to start working on these God-given talents that we have, because you will not be replaceable. What you bring to the table, the gifts that God has given us, we will not be replaceable. We will not be replaceable. You know, no AI bot can taste food and tell you that it tastes good. They can build it as close as they want, but we won't know. They got to be a human being. So that's what I'm saying. So certain job fields will be secure, but it doesn't mean that you don't need to be working towards your talents, your gifts, whatever the case may be. So that way, when this time period comes, you're just working in your purpose at that point. You're just working in your purpose. We all have to be very intentional about our time now, because it's already November the 1st today. So this year, 2 more months is done. Before we know it, it'll be mid-November. Before we know it, it'll be December the 1st. Before we know it, it'll be 2 weeks before December 25th, and then a week before New Year's. So time is very critical in how we use it and how we're setting goals and expectations for ourselves, so that way we can make sure that we reach our goals. You know, I had set very specific goals for October, and I was very proud of myself because I actually accomplished all of them. And so I was like, okay, being accountable, letting people know, and also working towards, you know, setting goals at a time. Like, you don't want to bombard yourself and like, hey, I need to have advertising done, this, that, all in 1 week. You know, you have to be realistic about time constraints and your current priorities, and then set reasonable goals so that way progress can be made consistently. Because at the beginning of October, I did not have a website. At the end of October, I have a website. At the beginning of October, I didn't have business cards. At the end of October, I do. At the beginning, I didn't, you know, do outreach like I am now. So again, there has been growth. And so that's what you want to see anytime you're working towards school, your endeavors, whatever the case may be. Set those expectations, those goals, those small road paths for you, so that way you can be accountable and be proud of yourself at the same time that you're actually putting forth the effort that's going to be necessary to increase your chances of success. So that's going to do it for today. Again, what it all starts with is us having faith, meaning believing it before we see it. And then at that point, knowing that, just like it says in Joshua chapter 1 verse 9, that we have God with us. And we don't have to be afraid to move forward in faith. We might be nervous, you know, being real with ourselves. We might be a little, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know. Because, I mean, the amount of money I've invested into this little event was not just a little bit. It was quite a bit. And I'm like, this is all a gamble. This could all not turn out into anything. And then there's the other side of me that says, but it could too. It could catch one person. I think all you need is one piece of favor from God in order to be catapulted to a new level. So I hope this video's been a blessing. Stay focused, stay diligent. Like, share, subscribe if you choose to do so. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching, and until next time.